So what was the first movie that got you obsessed?
East of Eden.
All right, James Dean.
Well, the first film that I remember seeing was...
Leonardo DiCaprio stands as one of cinema's most committed and transformative performers, a man whose volcanic intensity and unwavering dedication to his craft have produced some of the most memorable characters in modern film history. From his early days as a teenage heartthrob to his evolution into Hollywood's preeminent method actor, DiCaprio has built a reputation for total immersion in his roles, often pushing himself and those around him to uncomfortable extremes in pursuit of cinematic truth. However, this same relentless pursuit of authenticity that makes DiCaprio such a compelling screen presence has also created friction behind the cameras. His intense approach to character development, combined with an almost obsessive attention to detail, has occasionally put him at odds with fellow performers who operate under different philosophical approaches to the craft. Industry insiders have long whispered about tensions on various sets, where DiCaprio's method acting techniques and exacting standards have clashed with the working styles of other established stars. Today we explore 6 notable actors who found themselves in creative battlegrounds with DiCaprio, examining how artistic differences and competing visions of excellence can create unexpected tensions even among Hollywood's most respected talents. These stories reveal the complexities of collaborative filmmaking when passionate artists with different methodologies attempt to create magic together. 6th, Russell Crowe. The 2008 thriller, Body of Lies, brought together 2 of Hollywood's most formidable alpha personalities under Ridley Scott's direction, creating an unexpected powder keg of creative tension. Russell Crowe, the veteran Australian actor known for his old-school approach and commanding screen presence, found himself working alongside DiCaprio's increasingly sophisticated method acting technique. What should have been a dream collaboration quickly devolved into a clash of generational philosophies about the craft of performance. Crowe, who had built his reputation on instinctive, visceral performances in films like Gladiator and A Beautiful Mind, reportedly grew frustrated with DiCaprio's need for extensive character backstory discussions and multiple takes to achieve emotional authenticity. According to crew members who witnessed the tensions, Crowe made several dismissive comments about modern acting techniques, suggesting that contemporary performers were overthinking what should be natural processes. One costume designer recalled overhearing Crowe muttering about actors who needed a psychology degree to deliver a line. DiCaprio, for his part, found Crowe's more traditional approach lacking in the psychological depth he sought to bring to his CIA operative character. Sources close to the production noted that DiCaprio would often retreat to his trailer between takes, visibly frustrated by what he perceived as Crowe's unwillingness to explore the character's emotional complexity. Director Ridley Scott later diplomatically stated that both actors brought incredible commitment to their roles, though their methods were quite different. The professional tension never erupted into public conflict, but industry observers noted the complete absence of any promotional appearances together, and neither actor has expressed interest in future collaborations, maintaining a respectful distance that speaks volumes about their fundamental creative incompatibility. 5. Claire Danes.
Chosen to be?
No, I mean, I wasn't asked to do too many ninja moves.
Yeah.
The 1996 adaptation of Romeo plus Juliet paired 2 of Hollywood's most promising young talents under Baz Luhrmann's visionary direction. But the romantic chemistry that blazed on screen masked considerable tensions behind the cameras. Claire Danes, already establishing herself as a serious dramatic actress, following her acclaimed work on My So-Called Life, found herself increasingly frustrated by DiCaprio's immature behavior during the demanding production. While both actors were navigating the pressures of stardom at remarkably young ages, their approaches to handling that pressure proved fundamentally incompatible. DiCaprio, still displaying traces of his mischievous teenage persona, frequently disrupted emotional scenes with elaborate practical jokes and spontaneous antics that he seemed to believe would lighten the mood on set. Danes, who was attempting to channel Juliet's profound emotional journey, found these interruptions deeply disrespectful to the craft and complained directly to Luhrmann about DiCaprio's unprofessional conduct. According to the film's costume designer, Danes would often be seen shaking her head in visible frustration, particularly during the balcony scenes, where DiCaprio's off-camera behavior would break her concentration just as she was reaching emotional peaks. The tension reached its apex during the film's most intimate moments, where Danes felt that DiCaprio's inability to maintain serious focus was undermining the authenticity of their shared scenes. Luhrmann later reflected in interviews that managing the two young stars required diplomatic skills worthy of the United Nations, as he attempted to balance DiCaprio's need for levity with Danes' commitment to emotional truth. Remarkably, both actors have since acknowledged this period as crucial to their professional development, with mutual respect eventually replacing the youthful friction that marked their collaboration. Fourth, Jonah Hill. The 2013 masterpiece, The Wolf of Wall Street, represented a career-defining moment for both DiCaprio and Jonah Hill, but their collaboration revealed fundamental differences in comedic and dramatic sensibilities that created unexpected creative friction. Hill, transitioning from his comedy background into more serious dramatic territory, brought an improvisational energy that frequently clashed with DiCaprio's methodical approach to character development. While Martin Scorsese encouraged spontaneity from his cast, the different rhythms of Hill's comedic timing and DiCaprio's dramatic intensity often created scenes that felt unbalanced during filming. Hill's background in improvisational comedy led him to constantly experiment with different line readings and character choices, a process that reportedly frustrated DiCaprio, who preferred to establish clear character motivations before exploring variations. Crew members observed that DiCaprio would sometimes request additional takes specifically to counteract what he perceived as Hill's tendency to play for laughs in moments that demanded dramatic weight. One script supervisor noted that DiCaprio would occasionally speak privately with Scorsese about maintaining the film's tonal consistency, expressing concerns that Hill's comedic instincts were undermining the story's darker themes. The tension became particularly evident during the film's more dramatic sequences, where Hill's natural inclination toward humor seemed to conflict with DiCaprio's commitment to exploring Jordan Belfort's psychological complexity. Scorsese, veteran of managing strong personalities, later praised both actors' dedication while diplomatically noting that comedy and drama require different energies, and finding the balance was part of our creative process. 3. Cate Blanchett, Martin Scorsese's The Aviator in 2004, brought together two of cinema's most meticulous perfectionists, creating an unexpected collision of artistic intensities. Cate Blanchett, portraying Katharine Hepburn with her characteristic precision and intellectual approach, found herself locked in creative tension with DiCaprio's increasingly demanding method acting techniques. Both actors shared an obsessive commitment to authenticity, but their different approaches to achieving that goal created friction during the film's most crucial scenes. Blanchett, known for her cerebral preparation and classical training, reportedly grew frustrated with DiCaprio's need for extensive multiple takes to capture what she could deliver in fewer attempts. According to crew members, DiCaprio would often request additional coverage for scenes where Blanchett felt she had already achieved the necessary emotional truth. One assistant director recalled witnessing polite but pointed discussions between the two stars about the necessity of certain retakes, with Blanchett diplomatically questioning whether additional attempts were serving the story or simply feeding perfectionist anxiety. The tension reached its peak during their scenes exploring Howard Hughes's deteriorating mental state, where DiCaprio's intense immersion in the character's psychology seemed to overwhelm Blanchett's more controlled approach. Scorsese later praised both performances while noting that managing two such dedicated artists required careful orchestration of their energies. Despite the creative friction, both actors maintained professional respect, though industry observers noted their limited interaction.
Decided to come out here and start a new life for myself.
What did he do?
During the film's promotional campaign, suggesting that their working relationship remained cordially distant. 2. Tom Hardy, Alejandro G. Iñárritu's brutal 2015 epic The Revenant pushed both DiCaprio and Tom Hardy to their physical and emotional limits. But the extreme filming conditions that earned DiCaprio his long-awaited Oscar also created unprecedented interpersonal strain. Hardy, known for his own intense method-acting approach and physical transformation abilities, found himself competing with DiCaprio's legendary commitment in an environment that tested even the most dedicated performers. The sub-zero temperatures, remote locations, and grueling production schedule created a pressure cooker that amplified every creative difference. Hardy's more instinctive, visceral approach to character development reportedly clashed with DiCaprio's methodical preparation during the film's most demanding sequences. Crew members witnessed heated discussions about character motivations during scenes where both actors were pushing their bodies beyond normal limits. One cinematographer recalled that both men were so deep in their characters that they sometimes seemed to forget they were acting, leading to moments where their on-screen antagonism spilled into real-world tension. The conflict intensified during the film's climactic sequences, where Hardy felt that DiCaprio's perfectionist demands for additional takes were unnecessarily prolonging everyone's suffering in the harsh conditions. Iñárritu later diplomatically stated that the wilderness brought out primal energies in everyone, while acknowledging that managing two such committed actors under extreme circumstances required constant mediation. Both actors have since expressed mutual respect for their shared ordeal, though neither has sought future collaborations. 1. Mark Wahlberg. The tension between DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg represents one of Hollywood's most intriguing, unrealized collaborations, rooted in fundamentally different approaches to celebrity and craft. Wahlberg, the former rapper-turned-actor who built his reputation on working-class authenticity and straightforward performances, has publicly expressed skepticism about DiCaprio's method-acting techniques and intellectual approach to filmmaking. Their philosophical differences have prevented potential collaborations despite multiple opportunities over the years. Industry insiders report that Wahlberg has made several pointed comments at Hollywood gatherings about actors who overthink their performances, remarks widely interpreted as references to DiCaprio's intensive preparation methods. One producer who attempted to package both actors in a project recalled that Wahlberg questioned whether DiCaprio's approach was real acting or just expensive therapy. The tension reportedly escalated during a high-profile industry event where Wahlberg openly mocked method actors who need 6 months to prepare for a role that should be instinctive. DiCaprio, according to sources close to the actor, views Wahlberg's dismissive attitude as representative of an anti-intellectual strain in Hollywood that undervalues the psychological complexity of great performances. The mutual antipathy has become something of an open secret in industry circles, with casting directors noting that both actors' representatives have explicitly avoided projects involving the other. Their ongoing professional distance reflects broader cultural divisions within Hollywood about the nature of authentic performance and the value of intensive character preparation. These 6 conflicts reveal the complex dynamics that emerge when passionate artists with different philosophies attempt to create cinematic magic together. DiCaprio's evolution from young prankster to Hollywood's most dedicated method actor shows how artistic intensity can both elevate performances and create interpersonal friction. While these tensions may have made filming challenging, they often contributed to the very authenticity that makes these collaborations memorable. The price of perfectionism in a collaborative art form is sometimes measured not just in box office success, but in the human relationships that fuel great cinema. If you enjoyed exploring the hidden tensions behind Hollywood's biggest films, make sure to subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories that reveal the fascinating dynamics of your favorite movie stars.